And during the dispute, they say 24-year-old David McDowell shot and killed his 19-year-old girlfriend. She is identified as Zenah White.
And to be struck down like that by the mere age of 19.
Saida Sudan runs a domestic violence shelter in Mecklenburg County, and when hearing what happened, she says it's not hard to believe.
It's getting worse. It's getting out of hand.
According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by a partner.
"19-year-old Zenah White, affectionately known as Nia to family and friends, was a hard-working young girl who simply wanted the best out of life. Most importantly, she was a devoted mother to her 2-year-old son. Despite becoming a mother at a young age, Zenah strived hard to do her best. She was even up for a promotion at her job and looked forward to going back to school to get her GED. Her hard work was finally beginning to pay off. Despite moving forward and persevering through life's challenges, there was just one thing Zenah couldn't get rid of. Around noon on May 18th, Gastonia police responded to a home on the 100 block of Dick Street, just south of West Garrison Boulevard, for reports of a domestic disturbance. Upon arrival to the scene, they would locate an unresponsive teenage girl.
Today, a Gastonia home remains marked with obvious signs of a heinous crime, a tragedy unfolding just days ago. Gastonia police say just before 6 p.m. Saturday, police were called to a domestic violence situation. There are tangible steps city and county leaders can take to further help victims.
There needs to be more shelters. There are about 3,000 and something animal shelters. There's only about 1,500 to 1,600 across the United States of domestic violence shelters.
Saying it also comes down to therapy and having honest conversations with people looking for signs.
Does she talk? If she's talking, listen. If it's something that she really needs to, all of us, we got something to say.
As the house remains untouched, Sudan says it's a physical reminder of what needs to change. Hopeful no one else
It just broke my heart. It really broke my heart.
Becomes a statistic.
The victim was identified as 19-year-old Zenah White, who was sadly pronounced dead at the scene. According to Zenah's mother, she began having problems with her boyfriend and father of her 2-year-old son, 24-year-old David McDowell III, who became extremely possessive over Zenah. He attempted to take her phone, and when she refused to give it to him, he shot her in the face in front of her 14-year-old sister. Zenah decided to cut off ties with McDowell and move on to a new relationship, but he refused to let go, even writing a rap song with threatening lyrics and posting it on YouTube with a picture of the two of them together. The lyrics made threats of painting the sky red with her blood and him wanting her dead. Channel 9 News reported on a second shooting that happened nearby around the same time as the shooting on Dick Street, and Zenah's mother confirmed that the victim in that shooting was her own fiancé. According to Zenah's mother, she was running an errand with her fiancé when he stated that he left his phone at the home on Dick Street. Her fiancé went inside of the home where he would locate Zenah's deceased body. McDowell would then shoot the male in the face, with the bullet tearing off his lip and taking out some of his teeth. He managed to flee from the home, escaping in his vehicle before crashing on a nearby street. Paramedics located the vehicle and took him to a nearby hospital for treatment. While McDowell was on the run, Zenah's mother was afraid that he would come back for her. He said he had a bullet for everyone that stayed inside of the home. He even went as far as sending Zenah's family members threatening messages via social media. Because McDowell had no permanent address, Zenah was unable to take out a protective order against him. A couple days after the shootings, McDowell wrote a post on social media claiming that he did nothing wrong. Just hours later, he was taken into custody with the help of Kings Mountain police.
Toya White said the pain is almost too much.
I can't sleep. I can't eat. Every time I close my eyes, I see my daughter.
Police say her 19-year-old daughter, Zenah White, was shot and killed in their Gastonia home by David McDowell III, the father of their 2-year-old son.
He took my took my baby.
She said her daughter cut off ties with McDowell. She says he wrote a rap song with threatening lyrics and posted it on YouTube with a picture of the two of them together.
Now you dead. You don't wanna die, but you wanna play with my feelings.
Toya White said McDowell came to the family's home on Dick Street Saturday and shot the 19-year-old in the head. Minutes later, Toya's fiance, Keith Tate, arrived to get his cell phone and saw Zenaya's body. That's when Toya says McDowell shot Tate in the face. Tate got into his car and tried to drive to his fiance, who was waiting at a store where they were supposed to start wedding planning.
He left his phone and he went to go get it, and he never came back.
McDowell was on the run until this afternoon. Toya was afraid he would come back.
He said he had a bullet for everybody that stayed in my house.
This morning, McDowell's Facebook page had this message: "Stop texting my phone, finna turn myself in." He didn't turn himself in. Kings Mountain Police helped arrest him.
A GoFundMe was created by Zenaya's family to raise money for her unexpected funeral expenses. Zenaya will be laid to rest on June 1st at the St. John's Missionary Church in Gastonia, North Carolina. 24-year-old David McDowell III is facing first-degree murder charges. Zenaya's 2-year-old son will remain in the custody of his grandmother, another child forced to grow up without a mother or a father. The cycle continues. The case remains ongoing.